Hi there, this is Megan Fielder from Algebra Elevated, and today I just wanted to talk through an option for finding free fonts for your classroom, your activities, your TPT resources if that's something that you do. And today I am coming from a Mac, so some of the individual clicks and installation is going to be Mac specific, but I've heard it's pretty much the same for some PC users as well. So if you have a PC, it should still be relevant for you to watch this tutorial. But what I want to talk about today is using Google Fonts as a free option for unique fonts. So something that I didn't even know existed was I didn't even know a while back that you could find additional fonts out there for your classroom documents and activities, worksheets to make them maybe stand out or be a little unique or just fit your personality and your students better. Then when I did realize that there was maybe some interest or some benefit to using a unique font, I didn't even know where to start. So that's what this video is all about, is where to get started if you're looking for something that's free and pretty easy to navigate. Now, Google Fonts is a great option that I'm going to talk about. There are other free options out there, but they are from websites that I'm not sure if you can really use them for commercial use. So Google Fonts is something that you do not need to credit or get permission for commercial use, and you can use them for free. Now, there are TPT sellers out there that create their own fonts and sell them, and they're extremely popular in the TPT world, but there was two little things about it that I didn't really enjoy. The first being that in every single resource, you have to give credit to that font artist, which, of course, I am all for giving credit to them. They are the ones that created it, designed it, you bought their license, but they are the original owners of that work. So for me, though, at the beginning, I didn't really have a good system for giving credit to other authors or sellers or clip artists. So that was something that I had a hard time including in every resource. Now it would be easy, but at the time it just didn't make sense for me. The other thing that I really struggled with when I bought fonts is that I bought them and I put them in the resources and they did not look how I thought they were going to. So it was really frustrating that I purchased a font and then I realized that I didn't really like how it looked, or I couldn't really use it the way I wanted it to. So it was pretty annoying. As a result of that, I've kind of transferred all of my energy into Google Fonts because you can download as many as you want because they're all free. And then if I didn't like them, I just didn't have to use them. Some of them I removed from my computer, others are still out there. But I really found some that are perfect for what I need, and then I've stuck to them ever since. Now, some font artists do let you kind of trial different fonts to see how they would interact. That is definitely an option for some things. It's not available for everyone, and I'd highly recommend it before you buy a ton of custom fonts. But once you find your couple that you use for your resources, you're all set. So whether that's a free one or something you pay for, they're really great once you figure that out. Now, the whole point of this video, let's jump into Google Fonts. So I'm going to give you a little walkthrough on how to find a font on Google Font that you like. Okay, so here is just an open Google search, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for Google Fonts, and it's fonts.google.com. You could also type that in, and this is what it will look like once you open it up. Now, a couple things I really like about this. First of all, there are a lot of families to pick from, so it can be overwhelming, and if you're anything like me, it takes me forever to find a font that I like, so I'm happy that I am past this part of my journey for now. Up here in the top right, you can increase and decrease the size of your font, so I actually look at it kind of small because in my resource, that's what it's going to be. And I like to see when I do that, I'm really looking at the spacing. Are the words really close together? Are they too far spread apart? Like this one is probably too close for me, for my students to really be able to see. But then this one is starting to encroach on, that's going to waste a lot of space on my papers. And so that one's like almost a little too wide for me. Now, what I also like to do is at the top, you can type in your own sentence. So you can type something and it's going to change the preview for all these. And so I might say, remember to show all of your work when answering the questions. Now, that's not a very good statement, but it's a statement that would be on a lot of my papers. So it's in the directions often, something to that effect. And so then I can see kind of what that would look like in my own context, and that you can change that to whatever you want. Now you can search fonts. Now I didn't really have much luck with that because I didn't know what I was looking for. So I wouldn't recommend that option really. But then categories is super cool. So there's serif, sans serif, display, handwriting, and monospace. Now they all have kind of their own look to them, but handwriting is pretty popular for teachers. So like I tried this Pacifico, but I didn't like how bold it was. And then there's some more not script options. Kind of a lot of them are a little slanted or italic. So there's tons on here. And then if you're not looking for handwriting, another one is display. And those ones are kind of more of your title fonts. So they're going to be a little more bold or unique. Like Creepster, I know, is on a lot of like mystery stuff that I see out there. Monotone is kind of a common one that I've seen before. Now, then if you're looking for something more for just the everyday directions, serif or sans serif is where you're going to be. Serif is when there's that little lines that cap the ends of your words, and sans serif is when they don't have those little lines at the end. So let's say I was looking for a serif font. And I can kind of pick any right now. Let's say I like bitter. That looks kind of cool. Then if you, depending on the one you select, it might have this whole collection. There might be one in the family, or there might be 10. And that's just the boldness of them, and if it's italic or not. And it's all just variations of that same font. So then it'll all download at the same time. Now, what you're going to do, upper right corner, it'll say download family. You're going to click that, and it's going to go to your download folder. For me, that's that. And then it's going to open in your documents. And what's going to happen is you're going to have the font itself, and you have to install it on your computer. So if you click on it, you should be able to go to install font. And there it is now. And if I put the down arrow, all of them in that entire family should appear, which they do. So that looks good. Now, this is one side note. I'm going to show you where it will now appear in my actual resources. They will, because they're Google fonts, they will go into your Google like Docs, slides, those kinds of things. They'll now be an option in those documents as well. But if you are going to go into like PowerPoint and look for that font, if you already have PowerPoint or Word or whatever it is open on your computer, you're going to have to close it down and then reopen it. Otherwise, that font won't be there. So it won't install until the program is closed. And then a few times I found you have to actually restart your computer. That doesn't seem to be as big of an issue for me, but I have heard of that from some people. Okay, so here I have a new PowerPoint presentation. And if I type something here, and if I highlight it, go down to bitter, there's the thin, and then there's also that other format, the thin italic. So I like the thin there, and now I can bold or italicize and amend that as well. Now I notice it's a little more squished than I remember, and so then I might just change that here, But that might be another reason why I might not love that font after I download it and install it into whatever reason or purpose behind me downloading the font is. And that just goes back to why I love Google Fonts over purchasing a font, because you really don't know what's going to happen once you start using that font. Now that you've learned a little bit about Google Fonts and a little bit why I have gravitated towards them, there are amazing opportunities for free fonts out there, but then there are also really, really cool fonts available on Teachers Pay Teachers by other teachers, so I also love those. If you are interested in installing some fonts, I would encourage you to check it out. It does take a little bit of time to find something that you like, so good luck on your search. It's a very personal decision, and it's something that a lot of people take a lot of care and pride in. So I wish you luck on that endeavor. If you've liked and enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share to anybody else you think would benefit from it. I definitely appreciate it. And if you need any additional support on this, definitely reach out to me at Algebra Elevated on Instagram. I'd be happy to answer anything there, or leave a comment down below. And I will be talking to you soon. Have a great day.